Welcome to Naruto Universe Meta that I myself do research and then invented it. I'm not that. I mean, some people had the idea, but I'm the first person to actually, get the idea working. Uh, to first starters, this video was credited. This video would be credited to me, of course, General, and Choi for helping me in the first place to see what kind of feat it was. So shout out to Choi here. Um, to start, Naruto, we're gonna be based on VS Battle Wiki on what the universe is. So basically, all that is needed to be calculated is me proving that whatever Naruto was affecting was at the size of the observable universes, that is about 93 billion light years away in diameter in cosmology, which actually can be calculated. And based on versus battle wiki rules, you can actually use synonyms of things such as universe to indicate something being a universal in sizes, such as heaven, which is a direct synonym of universe. And there is an energy called dark gravity. And since we know that gravity expands our universe, it means that gravity exists outside of the observable universe and used to be expanding our universe as a whole. And since we know that already, an energy that is more dense than that dark gravity in itself will be fluxing higher, cause the higher space-time curvature. And we can calculate that energy and that density has in the universe, as all energy has a bigger energy can cause space-time curvature, and we can calculate that, and the one that has a higher density will also affect the universe in a bigger way. The bigger the space-time curvature is, the bigger the affect the geometry of our universe. And if I have like a bigger space curvature, I will then only be affecting more than the observable universe and beyond. And before coming to the black hole, yes, celestial thing can affect can do space-time curvature, but energy can do it also. But energy space-time curvature will be higher than a planet space-time curvature, as dark energy in itself will be expanding our universes and slow down the rates our universe expands. Uniplus Meta, there's certain things we need to understand. What space curvature is, how big of space curvature of our universe is. Since Naruto universe, since we're gonna base it on the real universe to see how big Naruto universe is and things like that, and the rules of the universe. Since that's how scaling is. Scaling is basis like if I have a power of this, if I can destroy a mountain or not, based on science, it should be actually cool. That's how scaling works, and that's how it should be. First, if we go soon on what space-time curvature is, space-time curvature is how big a big thing can do in space, and this is not done by planets alone. This can also be done by energy. And here it says like space-time curvature is something done to the space-time continuum. It affects the shape of the universe, as you can see right here, right? In these pictures, like you're gonna see pictures in a few times, right? If it doesn't shows like this, right? If it doesn't show like this, it cannot be space-time curvature. He has to affect the entire geometric of the universe, not the entire, but the geometric of the universe in itself has to be affected for it to be called a space-time curvature. The term in itself is to is a how you can say that, an observation on the space-time on the space-time continuum of the points that the space-time curvature has to affect the body of the universe in itself. We have to go into context implied here. So heavens, we're gonna do like he said, it is throughout the heaven, right? It is through the heaven, right? That's mean it is everywhere in the heavens. Now to context, well, in that statement they were talking about the Kaguya world, right? The Kaguya world would be the world Naruto was responsible of, which was Naruto leave that, which is, as I already go over, that synonyms can also be used to describe as a universe, and most of anime also use, most of manga or literature things use synonyms for universe. They don't literally need to be stating universe exactly, and it is allowed by versus battle wiki, and I already present evidence to that. And since we know that the space-time curvature code in Naruto was 16, and anything again a space cover space or universe space-time is like a balloon. The bigger the space curvature is, the bigger the geometry of space is affected it, and that is, and any black holes or planetary thing, and I already show scans to that, they have a curvature of space that is zero or that is zero. They don't affect space that much for the things to be above one, and the only thing that can do that is all of energy put together, which would already show the calculation is, which is already inferior to 16. And we're gonna go over what Momoshiki said right here. Momoshiki said that Naruto was the most person that is responsible for that, and for them to be responsible for that, you have to be Shinsuke. There was only two Shinsuke. There is Naruto, and Gaara already put her Shinsuke outside. So that's mean they attack the 8 tail first, and they see the 8 tails not being the Shinsuke. So the only responsible for that space curvature will be Naruto Uzumaki. And that will put Naruto being capable of affecting space and time, which is space, which is 3D, and time, which is 1D, and a universal scale beyond all universal, and will be probably the reason. And I'm also stated on what is affecting, because space time, if your space time is being pushed a lot and beyond its sphere of influences, it can cause crack into it. It can cause the space to crack, and like I'm saying, like Naruto energy already extends the bigger codes on space time, and if that is can be calculated, all of the density put together, and can see which one has the bigger space-time curvature, it would inevitably put Naruto at universal plus, and put them in the low multi, and put them on the low multi category in versus Battle Wiki. This will be concluded that Naruto is indeed low multi, and since we know chakra is speed, and depending, people can move with Shunshin as a force of the chakra, and since we know the space that happened in the years in the 15 years, if we take that 15 years, and since he was in Boruto, since he was to gain 6 path chakra to Boruto being born, that would be like a total of 10 years. With calculating speeds for thanks to VS Battle Wiki, we can see how fast that Naruto is right now, as you can see right here. And with Shunshin, they can move as fast as the chakra travel. So basically, his chakra, which is his energy, will travel at that distance, and will put that space-time curvature the way it is. So basically, with Shunshin, Naruto can travel as fast as his chakra, and if his chakra can travel in the space-time universe with that amount of speed, that the amount of speed he would have in itself. Though that doesn't conclude that. Mostly this will be do happen to Naruto not being able to control his chakra as stated by the novel, and this will conclude Naruto being universal and being billions of times above FTL, and that will make him MFTL plus, massively faster than Light plus, and he can go higher. And as stated here, the amount of chakra you has, the more you can affect. And Naruto's chakra was stated to be almost infinite by the author itself, and we can also calculate that. We can calculate that since it's almost infinite. Nothing that's mean Naruto is unquantifiable, and even by the thing here, you can see that Naruto chakra has a question mark, and which means it is basically even the author saying Naruto's chakra will be immeasurable, and I would call that Kaguya will be low multiversal to multiversal at most. And if now if Momoshiki was above, base Momoshiki was above Kaguya, that would be Kaguya, which I'm presenting proof. Hope this concludes this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for 35 subscribers. Coming with a new video. And at 41 and 42 subscribers, I'll be debunking some Bleach metas, which is pretty easily to debunk. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.